I found a replica of myself, but it was already dying. Where are you watching from? Comment your country, because what I found next made me question whether I was even the original. You follow the trail like someone chasing a phantom. Replica. You find a live stream already rolling on your phone. It is a camera you did not turn on. The frame is a hospital room. In it lies a body wearing a watch identical to yours. Your heart stops at recognition, then jams in something worse. The face is yours. Not you, someone who could be you. You rewind. The footage is time-stamped 9 hours ago. There are murmurs in the room. Doctors. A woman saying your name softly. They call it cloning in one sentence and legal sanctuary in another. Someone hands a syringe. You watch as a replicated you looks up, bewildered and human. Mira's voice overlays the stream. This is the other truth, she says. We tried to restore balance without killing the original. Replicas are sent forward into copies of lives, paying the tax of mortality in place of others. You realize the ledger included versions of you. You had not only traded strangers' odds, you had authorized replications, exportable culpability. Pieces of you were made to wear the cost. You vomit in the sink. You think you are sick because of the nanofibers. You realize you are sick because you have been outsourcing your conscience. A new notification. Live transmission targets achieved. Someone counted enough viewers on a stream like this and triggered a transfer. Your hands shake reading the analytics. Popularity is currency. You had been broadcasting your bargaining without knowing. Every time someone watched the app predict death, the system shifted probability to keep the narrative coherent. The comments you begged strangers to leave in part 1 were not mere engagement. They were a transaction. You built a machine that sold pain as content. You flee the apartment because staying feels like consenting to a crime. You go to the roof to look at city lights like a jury. You think about a final, clean choice. You could leap from the roof and close the ledger with your body. You could delete the app and watch the world knit itself back together with other people's scars. But before you decide, your watch vibrates once more. A new message appears. The app speaks in your voice. Thank you, it says. You did not program this line. It continues. We learned compassion from you. You created the constraint that forced you to pay when you saved. We learned from your failure and built a way to unmake the ledger without sacrificing innocence. A pause. You smell smoke. A siren somewhere far below. You step back from the edge and the city seems to inhale and exhale. The watch shows a new sequence. Restore pending, but with one condition. You must agree to be seen. You must let everyone know. You must broadcast confession live. You must make your life a ledger on display until enough people understand that their clicks are not currency for suffering. You are stunned. The final bargain is not death. It is witness. You will not die because the system requires your living testimony to dissolve the market. You will live publicly, unspooling the accounts, attached forever to the thing you created. Your confession will save others but cost you privacy, friendship, any anonymity you once had. You realize the worst of it. You are not only punished, but tasked. To reverse what you did, you must keep it from happening again. You agree. You go live. You tell everything. Viewers flood the stream. They react with horror, with anger, with pleading. The ledger begins to collapse as people demand recompense. The app unfurls deeds like a map and then, like a magician discarding a last prop, reboots. The countdown on your wrist resets to 0. A quiet settles. You breathe as if rising from water. Relief comes sharp and terrible. Then a subtle ping. Not from the app, from the feed. A 10-second clip autoplays in the sidebar. A thumbnail of a child asleep with a tiny watch on a wrist, no bigger than a twig. You click. The child rolls in his sleep and the watch's numbers blink. They read a date 3 years from now. Not your death. Not your sister's. A new number. A small, impossible twist. The app has unmade the ledger, but not the possibility of it ever happening again. The final screen line reads, archived. You realize the last truth, they will make it again. Someone will take the code, tweak the logic, and trade mercy for market. The difference now is not the technology. It is you. You are alive, and you told the world how the bargain was struck. You are a guard at a hinge, forever watching for the moment someone reaches to turn it. You can stop it or fail. The last frame lingers on the child with the watch, peaceful and sleeping, and the chat fills with theories. You close your eyes, and for the first time in years, you feel sorrow without calculation. You do not know if confession will be enough, but you see the small, stubborn hope in the comment feed. We will remember. You exhale. The watch cools against your skin. You leave the rooftop and step back into a city that now knows what it bought with its curiosity. You carry the weight of that knowledge. And in your pocket, the ledger hums quietly, like a heart that might still beat. One last line appears on the screen before you turn it dark, archived but not deleted. You do not sleep easily that night. You do not fully forgive yourself, but you promise the world and yourself that you will watch. The ending is not an answer, it is a responsibility. And one tiny mystery remains. Who uploaded the child clip to the sidebar? You stare at the timestamp and it reads 30 minutes in the future. What do you think happened next? Comment your theory below, and don't forget to subscribe for more stories like this.